Hey guys, come on in. Welcome to tonight's live. I said I'll be back, so I came back. I was thinking of saving it for tomorrow because honestly, I had the window open. It was loud outside. Somebody across the street started playing music, and then the garbage truck came. Like, it was a whole bunch of mess. So I just said, let me close the darn window, turn on the air conditioner, and just do it, you know? Since I said I'll come on, you know, might as well, you know, come on and talk about it. So prior to, you know, this case being all over the place. I did not know who this person was, but because a minor was involved, I find it very interesting at the moment, and just, it's interesting just to follow this case and to see where it goes and, who did it. So, tonight we're gonna be covering one of the biggest breaking stories right now, the David case. He spells it D, the number 4VD. So, this involves the shocking discovery of a body inside a Tesla register to the rising artist David, and it has sparked, major headlines, speculations, and, of course, major questions about what really happened. In this live, I'm going to walk through everything we know so far, the timeline, the investigation, the victim's identity, if David has made a response, and what's still unanswered. We'll discuss how this case is impacting his career, the victim's family, and of course the larger community. So please double tap that screen, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Whichever one's easiest for you. If you're on a mobile, double tap the screen. If you're on a laptop or desktop, hit that thumbs up for me. Thank you so much. So as we go, I just want you all to just drop your thoughts in the chats. I'll read your comments and questions, so we just have an open discussion together. Remember, this is a sensitive case involving a 15-year-old, so let's stay respectful while we dig into the facts. Hi, Kausar. How are you? Welcome in. Please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Double tap the screen, whichever one's easier for you. So let's get started by learning who David is and how his career took off before all this happened. His real name is David Anthony Burke. He's 20 years old, and he's a Houston born influencer slash singer. He's famous for TikTok viral hits like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me. His debut album released this year is called Withered. He's known for his emotional alternative pop style and storytelling. I do know that I'm not sure if it was one or more, but I know for sure one of his shows was canceled. I don't know if, because he is on tour. Not sure if they're gonna continue canceling shows or what. You know. On this discovery of the 15-year-old, do you think that he should be able to continue his tour, or should it stop completely for now until the investigation is over? Hi, Marifa. Hi, Lynn Lynn. Welcome in. Thanks for joining me. Please double tap the screen or hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Let's get my channel into the algorithm. Um, so we can gain more supporters and have more people to chat with. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. And, you want to be here. So yeah, the Tesla was or is registered in David's name. Many fans know him for his sensitive, emotional songs. Um, what do you think? Does that make this case even more shocking? Let me know if you guys heard of his music before. I, for one, have not. Prior to this making headlines, I did not know who he was. I'm not really, on TikTok like that. So I didn't know, but it is shocking when there's a minor involved. Makes you just think like, why wasn't she home? Like why she's been missing so long? You know. If you've heard his music before, what's your favorite song, and how do you feel seeing his name in this kind of news? Let me know in the comments or in the chat. If you're listening to this afterwards, let me know. So they did discover the decomposed body on September 8th of this year. So what, like a little bit over a week ago, in a Tesla at a Hollywood impound lot. The vehicle had been towed from a street days earlier, but it wasn't reported stolen. The tow yard workers noticed an odor, leading the LAPD to investigate. The body was found in a bag inside the trunk, the front trunk actually. So trigger alert, trigger warning for anybody, that this may trigger. You know, I'm just talking about the news, and I don't mean to impact anybody in any negative way. Um, yeah. So the female victim was 15 years old now. She has been missing since April 5th of 2024. She wasn't reported missing until May of 2024. Hey Tay Tay, welcome in. Please double tap the screen, hit that like button. We are talking about the David case. Not sure if you know, is a TikTok influencer turned singer, Houston born. That a unalived body was found in his car, a car registered to him last week. So yes, that's what I'm talking about. Have you heard about him? Have you heard his music? Do you know who he is? Um, yeah, so they did find a tattoo on her, and the singer also has the same tattoo. It says SHHH. Like, I don't know. Did they have a secret between them? What do you guys think? Do you think it means anything? Do you think that tattoo detail was some kind of breakthrough for identification? Hey, love is the power. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, many people that I know haven't heard about him, but he is on a music tour. So, I mean, many people do know about him. He is in the alternate pop genre. So, he does have like emotional songs, and his debut album released this year, and it's called Withered. He is 20 years old, and his real name is David Anthony Burke. Yes. So it's very interesting, especially the victim. It was a teen, you know. So it just makes you wonder what was going on in her life, for her to have not been with her family and then to be missing for over a year and then to be found in somebody's car unalived. Um, I don't want to keep saying her because she was somebody. So um, I will say that her name was Celeste Rivas. So rest in peace, Celeste. You know. Um, yeah. The victim was just identified yesterday, and she was missing since April of last year, and it wasn't reported missing till May of last year. They shared the tattoo detail, noted that they both have the tattoos in common that say shh. So, you know, did they have a secret? What do you guys think? Do you think they had a secret with them? Because photos did come up and videos of that they were in the same vicinity together. She was right next to him. So it was apparent that she did know him. He did know her. Um, the cause and manner of the unaliving is still undetermined. The forensic did get fingerprints pulled from the car, and toxicology and DNA tests are still pending. Hey, MMG. Hey. Yeah, I figured let me go on before you go on again so I could continue to support everybody. Yeah, so I was just talking about David. I think everybody should know because a lot of people are saying that they don't know who this person is. But, being that there was a minor involved, everybody should know. So, make sure that you're reading up on it, checking on it, keep stay updated, even though as things progress, I will, keep you updated. But a minor was involved. So we need to know what was going on. But of course, David is innocent till proven guilty. There's no charges yet. So right now is just a story about the body being found, who is or was, and trying to get down to who did it. The police did execute a search warrant his at a Los Angeles residence linked to David. The victim missing for over a year before being found. How often do missing teens cases go cold before resurfacing? I wonder. You know, like what was going on that she wasn't home. So yes, this story is important, and it definitely, please make sure you share it because we need answers, you know? So I'll definitely be keeping an eye out on any updates. So David, there's no direct detailed statement yet, but David is cooperating with the LAPD. His continued tour dates after discovery. Later, there was a canceled show in Seattle. Do you think the rest of his tour should be canceled? I think so. I think so until, the investigation is over. But I guess, because he's innocent till proven guilty, they might let him continue the tour. But I do know, or I read that Hollister has removed promotional content with him. Um, you know, so so far it's not looking too good on the way people are feeling and their opinions. Yeah, a lot of teens go missing or their parents, report them missing and then nothing happens. But if she is linked to him, maybe she was just, traveling all the time and it was hard to find her, hard to pinpoint her, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's sad, you know? And that's what I was talking about, that sometimes kids, I don't know what goes in their family life, or maybe not only in their family life. Maybe they do get loved the way they're supposed to and treated the way they're supposed to at home. But for some reason, you still go looking for for love in all the wrong places sometimes, you know? Or sometimes it's just that immaturity, the ignorance of being young, that you just, that you're looking for something that you shouldn't at that young age, you know? And it's just sad that this was the outcome for Celeste. Um, yeah, so fans right now are split. Some defend him, others are calling for more answers. Answers, I think, like many of us, you know. The media is stressing that this is the early stages of the investigation. So, so we have to be cautious of our speculations because we really don't know what happened. Do you guys think that he was involved, or you think that maybe he's getting set up because he is on tour, you know? But I guess time will tell because they'll let us know like when exactly was when the unaliving happened. Yeah. So, do you guys think that celebrities should pause their tours until cleared when it's a major case like this? If you were a fan of his, would you still attend a concert right now? I don't think I would be able to, especially a minor was involved. I mean, the circumstances alone are unaliving, but being that it was a minor, I don't think I could, you know, still attend a concert of theirs. And I definitely think that the tour should be paused until the investigation is over. Yeah, J. Lou. How old is who? Your question didn't finish. How? Oh well. When she went missing, she was 13. So right now, as you know, her body was found. She's 15. She was 15. Yeah, and he's only 20 years old. So I don't know who you asking, but there you go. I answered both. He's 20. She was 15 years old. So mommy money getter. You think that he did it? You think that he did it and then went on tour like nothing happened? Well, I mean, that's some crazy stuff, right? And then that song that they said it was like in his song, he basically said everything that happened to her. So that's weird too. And I don't understand why do people do that? If like he is the person, why do people do that? Why would you make a song with what you did? That's so creepy and weird. Like, wow. What you think went wrong? You think he wanted her to go home and she didn't want to go home? So they had like a argument and one thing led to another. Do you think it was an accident? Do you think it was on purpose? Hey, Jamaica, sis, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Everybody, please double tap that screen, hit that like button, and share if you can, please. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, get it, J. Lou, get it. So, what you guys think? You think it was like out of like rage, or do you think that it was by an accident? Like they were just having an argument and something happened, you know? I guess we'll find out exactly what happened when the reports come back. But, it is a lot of questions, right? It is a lot of questions. Like, what the hell? First of all, why was she with him to begin with? They are, what, I mean, 5 years apart. I mean, as a parent, that's a lot to me. But when I was younger, that was, you know, when I was younger, I was okay with that. But as a parent, heck no. Especially if I was a girl parent. Like, and even as a boy mom, I would not allow that. Like, I would not allow a young minor in my house if my kid was, you know, above 18. Like, no, that's not okay. You know? I mean, but he's in the entertainment business, so he's not even probably around his parents. So, you know? But how was she able to meet him and, stay with him if she was staying with him? Everything I say is allegedly and is just based on my opinion, based on the research that I have done. In no way am I stating facts, just my opinions. Yeah, at that age, I thought I was grown too, J. Lo. I'm telling you, that's why I said at that age, I understand that you think it's not a big deal. Because when I was 14, my first boyfriend was 19, and we was together for 3 years. You think my mother liked it? Heck no. It made a lot of problems between her and I when I was just a young teen, and she was not okay with it. But but she also didn't call the cops on him either. But that's not okay. But I just wonder, like, how does she meet him? You know, how was she staying with him this entire year and a half? Like, so many questions, so many. Jamaica said, yeah, J. Lu says some parents do. I remember them days. Yeah, and some parents actually let them stay over and everything, right? Jamaica says, my son has been telling me this story for about a week. He says the girl ran away to be with him. Yep, that's what they're saying. Yeah, this happened. She was discovered in the Tesla on the 8th of September. So, yep, just over a week. But she was identified yesterday. You know, yeah, yeah. That age, we are definitely fearless. We think we're invisible. We think we know everything. We think we're grown. We think we know, how our life is gonna go. You know, yeah. They had those. Hey, Tamik. They had those matching tattoos of SHHH. Like, yeah, they had a secret between them. I guess. You know. It's crazy. It really is crazy. Do you think that tattoo is gonna like really link them together, or do you think it's gonna break the case open, or what do you think is gonna break the case open? That car was never reported stolen. It was impounded after being left on a Hollywood street. And that's the only, I mean, I guess somebody would have passed by it on the street and smelled too, the odor. But it's just so weird. It's just so weird. Whatever happened, if he didn't do it, that means he did that and then just continued to go on tour like nothing happened. That's crazy. You know? How did she end up in that vehicle? Yeah, she was in that puppy love stage, yeah, right? She thought that, you know, that they were gonna be together and everything. Yeah, they have him tagged, but they still, of course, have to do their jobs and do their whole investigation. Because, just because you were with somebody doesn't mean anything. What about if he left her behind and it happened? We don't know, but we will see. I know those of us that are invested now, we want to know what happened. You know? We want to know why it happened, when it happened, you know? We want to know why she left her family to be with him. What was he, well, I guess we'll never really know. What was he like, telling her? What dreams was he, you know, giving her? Yes, thank you, thank you. Please like, subscribe, share the live. I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. But yeah, but they say that car ownership, of course, doesn't equal guilt. You know, but I don't know. At that young age, your emotions, are not there really. It's easy to get hurt or to get excited or irate, you know. And at her age, even if he was like trying to end things with her, she must have felt like, her life was over if he was ending things with her. We just never know, you know. So we do have, because the victim was a minor, we have to, balance our reporting. We could say our opinion, of course, but we do have to make sure we have a little sensitivity since the victim was a minor, you know. The tattoo details show how one clue can both help and mislead an investigation. So we have to, I mean, well, that's not really our jobs. We could speculate all we want, but the investigators are the one that's gonna help us find out what really happened. Hey Ryan, how are you? Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been trying to grind. I've been trying to grind, Um, just trying to talk about more different things, get out there. But this one caught my attention, because it was a minor that was found unalive. So it's like really sad, you know. I'm sure whatever brand deals he has, they're gonna be cutting ties with him soon. I already know that Hollister did stop promoting his content. So, you know, yeah, yes, yes. No, it wasn't in the Bronx. It was in Hollywood. Well, the victim, 15-year-old Celeste, was found in the trunk of a Tesla last week, and the car was registered to a influencer, that's a singer, David. He spells it D, the number 4, VD. He's well known on TikTok, and he just debuted his album this year. He's on tour, and then this happens. So they haven't halted all his performances yet, but I don't know. They already went into one of the LA residences. So I guess we'll just be following the case and seeing where this goes. Because it's true. Either he did it or somebody close to him. Exactly, Ryan. It just keeps getting worse and worse. And, a lot of things keep happening domestic violence, and it's all because it has to deal with mental health. People don't know how to deal with their emotions, you know? It's not easy to walk away sometimes. You feel like it's the end of the world, but most people don't know it's not the end of the world. Although it feels like it may feel like it's the end of the world, but you'll be all right, but unfortunately, she's not all right. She was missing for a year and a half, and then to be found that way, I could imagine how her family felt when they got that call. I'll be back to support you, mommy money getter. I hope you enjoy your meal. What are you eating? I ate some steamed chicken with peppers and onions and some white rice and avocado. I'm because I had the white rice, I just said let me just finish it off with the kids, you know. I just eat one scoop though, since I'm trying to do good. But the steamed chicken just with peppers and onions, it wasn't like heavily seasoned or whatever, but I was gonna make salmon, but yes, Ryan, mental health is real. So I guess the next legal steps are we have to wait for the autopsy report, the digital forensic, and other potential suspects. Because, like I've been saying so far, there are no suspects. Nothing is on paper yet. So everything is speculation, everything is opinion, nothing is facts right now. So if you knew about his music, if you were into his music, would you continue supporting him? Would you go to his concerts? Or do you think that he should still be touring? Do you think that all his tour shows should be stopped for now until the investigation is over? What do you guys think? Yes, Ryan. May Celeste Rivas rest in peace. You know, a sad, 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 sad situation. Nope. He hasn't came out with a statement yet. His lawyer is probably, telling him not to. Especially, I don't know if you heard that they both had the same tattoo, and it was just SHHH. So isn't that even more creepy or weird? What do you think about that? I'm pretty sure his lawyer is telling him not to say anything yet. Yeah, his attorney's definitely leading him. Yeah, Jamaica, I've never heard of him either. Mommy Money Getter, that sounds so good. Your meal sounds so good. Buen provecho. Enjoy. But yeah, this is a sad situation. Sad situation. May she rest in peace. I hope that whoever did this, that they do find out exactly who did it and they find justice for Celeste. You know, I know that Hollister stopped, like I was saying, Hollister stopped promoting him. Do you think they acted too quickly, or do you think it's justified? Do you think that the rest of his tour will be canceled? I don't know. Could someone else have been using the Tesla without his knowledge? I'm wondering also, will the autopsy results come out soon, or will they drag on? So many questions we have. I'm sure, now that you guys know the story, and anybody listening to this after I get off and you didn't know the story and now you do, I'm sure you have questions too. You know, this is just so crazy and sad. Hey, LaCondas, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, right. Even if she didn't do it, even if he didn't do it, she was missing for nearly 2 years. What the heck? Yeah, I'm sure her parents or close friends, which led to her parents knowing. Yeah, yeah, they should be held accountable too. Because if I know, I'm going to get my butt on a plane and I'm going to drag my daughter if I have to. You know what I'm saying? What they're going to do, call the cops? She's a minor. She has to come with me, you know? Please double tap the screen, hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Thanks for your support. This is gonna just is an ongoing case right now. So everything is just opinions and speculations. We can have strong opinions and think we know, but until the investigation is over, we're not gonna know. Or if we don't hear more, you know, um, if there's any more suspects, we're not gonna know what's going on. Yeah, they definitely have to do a thorough investigation. They have to find out all their whereabouts prior to last week, you know. And of course, they're gonna probably speak to her her friends, his friends, people that they were around mutual friends. You know, they they're gonna really. Mommy Money Getter is avid on he did it. I mean, it's not funny, but she has her strong opinion that he did it. And because I really enjoy law. I really have. I've always have. That was my actual dream from 5 years old. That I used to say that I was gonna be a lawyer. Unfortunately, I never made that happen. But I've always been into law, so I know somebody's not guilty until proven innocent. So, you know what I'm saying? They're innocent until proven guilty. I said that all wrong, right? But you know what I meant. Yeah, but it's a division everywhere. You know, a lot of his fans think that he could never do that because his songs are like on the emotional side and whatever. But then, like Mommy Money Getter said, a lot of his songs basically told a story. So yes, I know I could still be, but my mind, man, my mind, especially with a 5-year-old, is like, you need to really be in those books to do your thing. And when I do something, I don't like to do it half-ass. I like to do it all the way, and I'm a perfectionist. So if I'm not getting, A's and B pluses, I'm not gonna be happy. So, you know. His name is David. David D, the number 4VD, or his real name is David Anthony Burke. Yeah, maybe he was with, maybe he was there when it happened, so he knows who did it. But then, of course, he had his tour, so he wasn't gonna stop, making his. He wasn't gonna stop working. Or maybe he. I mean, he's 20 years old. He was scared. He's scared. He doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in jail. I know, right? All that studying. Yeah. So David Anthony Burke, also known as David D, the number 4VD. You know, he's a he's very popular on TikTok. His album just debuted this year called Withered. He has a alternative pop style. Um, yeah. So this is heartbreaking for Celeste's family. Whatever the outcome, it's a reminder of how important it is to keep your attention on your kids, especially on missing kids, you know? But not, I'll keep you updated, as I'm sure Mommy Money Getter will too, because she did talk about this as well. We just need to wait for the autopsy reports and the investigation updates to drop, you know. So I will keep an eye on it, and as things update, I will let you guys know. So, let me know in the comments what you think will happen next. Do you think an arrest is going to happen? Are they going to clear his name? What you guys think? What happened?
I'm playing my keyboard.
What are you doing? Let me see. What time is it? Oh, yeah, you got to take a bath. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Whoa.
Hey, Rashida.
That's Mommy.
Hey, sis. How are you?
That's Mommy's arm. That's 62. That's 62.
Yep. Yep. Nothing's going to happen until there's a thorough investigation, and the evidence has to be presented. Yep. So I think he's going to be tight-lipped until, they have concrete evidence either to charge him or to clear him. What's that?
Great.
Grapes? All right, make sure the refrigerator's closed. Yeah, so, this is a very sad story, very interesting also, and sad. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks everybody for passing through. But I'm going to wrap it up because I got to do my mommy nightly duties. Got to get my baby into the tub. It's 9 o'clock here, so that's it. I need to get him into the bath and into the bed. But I do appreciate your thoughts. And yeah, you're right, Ryan. In real life, our opinions don't matter. The facts matter. Yep, that's correct. And I'll be definitely on the case and paying attention to what's going on and any updates. But I do hope, they find justice for Celeste. If you're catching this live at the end, please watch the replay so you can hear the entire story, and so you can just keep up with it every time I give you guys updates. Please also share, because like I said, a minor was involved. So, it's a serious case. Minor wasn't found unalived in a car, you know. She was missing prior to that for a year and a half. Something gotta give, Somebody knows what happens. So, and I think more people need to know about it, because there was like, 14 people here today and nobody knew. Well, probably two people knew about the story. So, imagine how many more people haven't heard about this. And they do need to know, especially he is a singer, he's on tour, he's around many young ladies. So we need to just have people be aware. Not that we are, saying that anybody concretely did anything, but just to be aware of the situation. And just in general, you know keep your kids close. If they leave, and go follow them, even if you have to take a plane and bring their butt back home. Don't make it too easy for them to leave. They're your responsibility. Not only for me, it's forever, but legally until they're 18 or 21, depending where you live. Yeah. So please like, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. So everybody have a good night. Thank you for your support, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.